I made a lot of people rags on this super chain. Craze back outside and it's right here. It's that super bass. I just woke up and I'm like, what I'm finna do today? Measurements, major flips, makes sense. Okay, let's go. Going up, I'm going long. I told the squad, meet at the base. Punt the bags, I punt the stock. It must be hard to keep the pace. 7 figures out the songs, that was the outcome of my pain. We're bringing $1 billion on chain.
Some people gon' leave whenever there's tough times, but shout out to the real ones that stuck by. Dark days make you appreciate when there's sunshine. Reason I trust mine. Look, I got some moves to make. I gotta get it right now, I refuse to wait. Really don't do the fakes. I gotta keep my grass low just to view the snakes. If only you knew the stakes. Taking these risks to pursue was great. I got some moving base. Now I'm on chain and I'm using base. Using base. Now I'm on chain and I'm using base. I've been outside, I'ma choose my faith. Cooking the shit of a food on plates. And then when Rio be standing on business, there ain't no way we can lose this race. I had to manage the damage inflicted. Put on the grass, we don't use the brakes. Nah. So many chains I've been able to mint. So many ways now I'm taking my pick. Bullet the best while I'm still in the market. Wallets on wallets, I'm staking a bit. Face like I'm little B. Say what I say, now she feel to me. Make what I make, now they shielding me.
Big dog, big drums, big bass. When she look around, she see bass. Trying to play keep up, but it's way too late.
Onchain is the next online.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jesse Pollack, the creator of Base. Super excited to be here for a super special On-Chain Stories where we're actually going to turn the table a little bit. And for the first time, we're going to have Sarah, who's the head of marketing for Base, be the one asking the questions. So welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. I'm excited to join the On-Chain live stream for the first time. And I actually do have a lot of questions for you. I'm obviously on the Base team and many folks have been involved. We've been working on this for a while. There's been tons of details. So this is kind of a perfect time for just you and I to catch up.
Before we get into those questions, I do just want to remark, that's a pretty cool sweater you got there. It looks super based. Where'd you get it?
Let me just show it so everyone can see it. Super based. I just got it in the mail. Shout out to Toady Hawk for this hoodie. It's so comfortable, so soft. I want to wear it every day. And I bought it from a Farcaster frame.
Amazing. Amazing. I think such a great example of on-chain commerce actually starting to come to life and seeing how the community can build on-chain commerce experiences that then actually connect us even more. So I have my super based hoodie. I've seen so many other people wearing them. And if you have a super based hoodie, take a picture, post it on Farcaster, post it on Twitter. Would love to see you rock it. And if you don't have one yet, keep your eyes peeled. Some more opportunities may be coming soon.
Yeah, excited to see everyone rocking the hoodie. So yeah, I'm excited to catch up with you, Jesse. And Onchain Summer is back, as we all know. And today, Base announced a month-long Buildathon. So Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Why are we doing it this year? And what inspired it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Onchain Summer is back. It's back with a vengeance. For those who don't know, we ran Onchain Summer last year. It was really just an opportunity to activate the whole on-chain world to try and get the rest of the world on-chain. And this summer, we're back Onchain Summer 2. It's from June to August. We're going to be doing everything we possibly can to build incredible experiences and then get those incredible on-chain experiences in the hands of everyday people. And if we're successful, I think we can make a huge dent in bringing the billions of people who aren't currently on-chain. And I think as we started thinking about Onchain Summer, a few months ago, what we felt was that most of the best things that happened in last Onchain Summer were not things we prepared for or planned. They were things that the community, the on-chain community, organically built and came up with and shipped and changed the world. And to support that, I think we kind of took a step back and said, what can we be doing to make it so everyone can build this summer? We had a whole bunch of ideas. There's a whole bunch of things that me and Sarah will get into. But the thing we wanted to start with was a Buildathon. Because we've been doing hackathons on the Base team for a long time. Every quarter, actually, the whole Base engineering team locks down for a week They do a Buildathon internally where they just pick whatever they want to work on and they ship it. And we kind of had this idea of what if we start with a Buildathon this summer, where for the whole month of June, anyone, anywhere in the world can create, can build, and can kind of imagine whatever their dream is and then make it reality. And I think our thesis was that if we did that, and if we gave those builders resources and support and mentorship and a platform, then they'd create the next generation of on-chain products that would actually bring everyone else on-chain for the rest of the summer. And so that's exactly what we're doing. It starts at the beginning of June. It goes to the end of June. There's more than 200 ETH in prizes. We have a whole incredible host of sponsors, and it's open to anyone, anywhere in the world. And so regardless of where you're born, regardless of where you live, we want you to participate in the Onchain Summer Buildathon. And it's also for everyone. It's not just for developers. You can build anything. You can build a community. You can build a new app. You can build your creativity. You can build your brand. The whole goal of this is to give you a platform, give you tools, give you resources so that you can build something that changes the world this summer.
It's great that we're kind of building on those learnings from last year and extending Onchain Summer too, giving people a whole month of June to build something great. And in the blog, it kind of talks about how the Buildathon is all about building the next generation of the internet. Can you tell me what that means to you?
Yeah. Well, we like to think about the internet kind of happening in 3 phases. So the first phase was pre-internet. This is when we were all offline. And that was, a lot of cool stuff happened, but also is pretty disconnected. All of us were in our local silos. You kind of got, the news from whoever was controlling the news in your place. You didn't really have an opportunity to kind of contribute to the broader discourse of what's happening in the world. And then the internet came, and that's really shifted, right? For instance, if you're watching the stream, you're using the internet. And it's connected all of us all around the world with this new substrate that let us build new kinds of applications, from Facebook to Twitter to Google to the technology powering this conversation, that brought the world together. But even in this online world that we've all gotten to live with for the last 20 years, there's still a bunch of problems. One is that a lot of the day-to-day life that we live is still in silos, where it's controlled and managed by a small number of companies with a large amount of power. And then the other is that all of those apps that people built, they couldn't really interact with money. Money and value was totally disconnected, and it was still in many ways legacy. It was back, using technology from tens or hundreds of years ago. And so that meant that a whole world of applications that connected people financially weren't possible to build. And so we think that we're entering the 3rd era of the internet right now. And that is the on-chain era, where for the first time, anyone, anywhere can build with information, they can build with money, and we have incredible open protocols that are going to be the substrate of this next generation of the internet. So that when you come and you bring your creativity on-chain, you're not putting it into a walled garden owned by a single corporation. Instead, you're putting it into an open economy that you own, that you control, that you participate in. In this generation of the internet, we think it can be faster, it can be cheaper, it can be better, it can be easier, and it can be accessible to everyone, everywhere in the world, regardless of where you're born and regardless of where you live. And so that's what we mean when we say build the next generation of the internet. We mean build the on-chain era and do it on Base, because it's going to be better for us, it's going to be better for builders, and it's going to be better for the world.
Love it. And I always appreciate when you share that overview, because it really resonates with me. And I'm obviously excited by the projects I've seen already. The user experiences are a lot better. They're more abstracted. They can really bring new users on chain. And so just kind of moving on to the sponsors, because this is a pretty stacked sponsor lineup. From Stripe, Shopify, Zora, and many others, 200 ETH in prizes. I think that's one of the largest I've seen in the space. So how did this group of sponsors come about, and what role do you see them playing?
Yeah, absolutely. So like Sarah said, there's 200 ETH in prizes, and there's all sorts of support, from workshops to tutorials to guides to office hours to community sessions that we're going to be providing to make it so anyone, anywhere can build. And as we thought about kind of like what was the vibe we wanted to create with this hackathon, I think the thing that we all felt was that we wanted to make it incredibly diverse. So people were building all kinds of applications, not just things in finance, not just things with creators, but everything, because everything can be built on chain. And so with that goal of making it so everyone could build everything, we then took a step back and said, how do we actually do that? And I think the insight that we had was that if we could find some of the world's leaders in their space and get them to come help us build, we could probably do a lot more. And so for the Buildathon, we actually have 8 different tracks that we are kind of asking people to build. And I'm just going to walk through each of them, and then I'll talk a little bit about the sponsor who's helping us make that track happen. So the first one is payments. We really want to see people build easy to use consumer payment experiences that let everyone globally transact on chain. And I'm really excited that we are working with Stripe to sponsor this track. If you don't know Stripe, they're one of the most important companies building the internet over the last decade. They've enabled all of us to transact super seamlessly online. And I'm so excited that they are starting to lean in to build incredible payments experiences on chain. And so if you are building with payments on Base this summer, participate in the Buildathon, learn from Stripe. We're excited to support you. That's track 1. Track 2 is we're really excited about discovery. This summer, we're going to have so many people who build incredible things on chain, and we need to find ways for those incredible experiences to get in front of actual users. And so we're building something called the Onchain Summer Registry, which is actually going to be an open database that anyone can put their project in, and then anyone else can access the whole registry of projects with things like themes and metadata about kind of like impact that will let you build really cool consumer experiences where you can say, here's what's happening on chain. And so our ask for the discovery track is that we want to see people develop compelling apps that use the Onchain Summer Registry to actually help people find and do things on chain. And for the discovery track, we are working with Fleek. Fleek builds incredible infrastructure to make it really easy to build apps on chain. So if you're deploying a new front end, you can deploy it with Fleek. It takes almost no time, and they just make it so easy. And so build great on-chain summer discovery experiences on Fleek. The third one is the creator track. We are really excited to see people create new and imaginative ways for on-chain creativity to actually emerge and to thrive. And we're so excited to be having Zora, who's been real leader here, sponsor that track. And Zora, if you don't know, you can go to Zora.co and actually start to create on chain. You can do it totally gaslessly. You can collect other people's creativity, and they have contracts that make it really easy for you to build your own experiences. And so if you're building with creativity on chain this summer, please participate in the Buildathon. The fourth track is social, where we really want to see people bring together social experiences that harness the potential of our whole community coming on chain. And for this track, Farcaster is the sponsor. If you're not on Farcaster already, join. The Base channel is one of the most vibrant channels on Farcaster. It's the biggest. There's more than 250,000 people who are participating in that channel. And Farcaster is an open network that lets anyone build social experiences on top of it. And so if you're building social experiences, come build them on Base in the Buildathon. The fifth track is gaming, which Third Web is sponsoring. We really want to see people build on-chain games that have a focus on fun and mainstream adoption. These can be casual games, they can be social games, they can be more complex games, but the key thing should be make it something that someone just wants to play because it's fun. And Third Web has an incredible toolkit that makes it really easy to build games. So can't wait to see what people build this summer with the Buildathon and all the games they're going to create. The sixth track is commerce, where we want to see people create compelling on-chain commerce experiences that tie together the URL, the online on-chain world, and the IRL, in real life world, with things like loyalty programs that actually make it so when you buy something, you get to experience something much bigger than just whatever you bought. And for this, Shopify, which is one of the largest commerce platforms in the world, is coming in to sponsor this and make on-chain commerce a thing. And so can't wait to see what people do with on-chain commerce this summer in collaboration with Shopify. The seventh track is Unplugged, where we want to see people make a real-world impact by focusing on community engagement and doing things in real life. And this track is kind of different from the others because it's the only track that's actually sponsored by a DAO. Decentralized Autonomous Organization. It's sponsored by Nouns. I'm actually rocking the shirt with the little logo, the noggles. If you haven't seen them, you'll probably start to see them more around the on-chain world. But we really have loved seeing what Nouns has done in terms of making a positive impact on the world and showing people how you can use on-chain to make the world a better place, and how you can bring on-chain into the real world to actually have fun and do things in your local community. And so if you're non-technical, this is a really good track for you. You can host community events. You could run little go-to-markets. You can help educate people about what on-chain is. And all of that we'll be supporting, again, with tons of resources to actually make it so you can get unplugged and you can bring on-chain to the real world. And then the final one, which I think is probably the most OG use case for crypto, which is trading and finance. We're really excited to see people develop innovative trading and investing experiences, building on top of interoperability and DeFi. And for that, we actually have two sponsors. Aerodrome, which has been an incredible trading protocol that's native to Base, and Synthetics, which is doing perps fully on chain, also on Base. We're really excited to see folks start to mix together how you can actually build this new financial economy on chain. So those are the 8 tracks: payments with Strike, discovery with Fleek, creator with Zora, social with Farcaster, gaming with ThirdWeb, commerce with Shopify, unplugged with Nouns, and then trading with Aerodrome and Synthetics. I couldn't be more excited about this lineup, about what we're going to see people build, and about the incredible creativity that I expect to see emerge over the next month. But I have one more thing on the tracks, which is that we've picked 8 tracks and we've picked 8 sponsors, but we also wanted to make it so anyone could create their own track and anyone could encourage other people to build. And so for the whole Buildathon, we're also working with Bountycaster to make it so that if you have an idea, if you want to see something built, if you have a technology and you want to see people use it, you can submit a bounty on Bountycaster and we will distribute it through the Buildathon. We will get it in front of builders and we will get people building with your idea. And so if you want to participate and you're a builder, get building on one of these tracks. If you want to participate and you have ideas, go to Bountycaster. The link's in the blog post. You can submit your idea. You can submit your technology. You can submit a bounty. And we'll see so many other tracks that other people are going to be building on this summer.
Yeah, the decentralized bounties with Bountycaster is such a great addition. I couldn't agree more, especially for, honestly, people like me. I am non-technical. I have lots of ideas and would love to see them built. So I will definitely be submitting some bounties. And what's interesting to me about everything you said is how many use cases there actually are for on-chain, including the IRL and real world use cases. So I'm excited to see what people build. And again, this is an incredible group of sponsors, but it also looks like there is a bonus pool of about 40 ETH for using Coinbase products. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, well, we obviously are running Onchain Summer with Base and Coinbase. And Coinbase has been working for the last many, many months to figure out what can we do to make it so easy for builders to build on-chain. And there's 2 things that we're really excited about. The first is the new smart wallet, which you can check out by going to smartwallet.dev if you're a developer. If you're just a user, you can go to smart-wallet.xyz and you can check it out, what the actual experience is. And our goal with the smart wallet is to make it so easy for anyone to get on chain. And the way it works is you can do one line SDK integration and have a fully powered wallet with no separate apps or extensions that any user coming to your app can use. And that's a sea change. It's a totally new experience. It's going to make it so for the first time, anyone can go from never having used crypto to using your app in less than 10 seconds. And so we really want to see people building with the smart wallet this summer. And that's going to be a place where we actually have a bonus for folks who are actually building. So that's the first one. The second one is that alongside the smart wallet, we want to see people building gasless experiences. So I think all of us are so used to having to do these kind of transaction confirmations where you have to pay for gas. And for everyday users, that's actually pretty confusing. they don't know what that is. They get a little confused. And they can sometimes turn out of the experience. And so we want to see people build fully gasless experiences. And for that, Coinbase has a bundler and paymaster that makes it incredibly easy to do. You can go to Coinbase developer platform and we'll actually just give you free gas out of the box so you can start building fully gasless experiences without paying anything. So that's the second one that we're really excited to see folks build with. And then there's also two others that I think we have additional prizes for. So the third is using Onchain Kit, which is a toolkit that Coinbase is creating to make it incredibly easy for anyone to build on chain. It's a set of libraries that let you have easy UI components for doing things like identity and swapping and building frames and connecting wallets. So you don't have to worry about any of that complexity. And you can focus just on building your app. And then the final one is for checking out Coinbase on-chain verifications, where you can actually start to build with real user identity so that all of your experience can actually bring in who a user is and make sure that you're kind of taking that into account. And so if you're building in any of those tracks or for any of the bounties, you'll also be eligible for any of these additional bonuses. And check out the Smart Wallet, the Paymaster Bundler, On-Chain Kit, and Coinbase verifications. And get building because there's so much cool stuff to build.
And hearing you talk about it is super helpful. And it's great to see that Coinbase has new developer products that make it easy to build on chain.
Yeah, it's been a journey. It took us a while to figure out like what did developers actually need. But I feel like just in the last 6 months, Coinbase has started to dial that in, and I'm really excited to see what people build with them.
Super exciting. And moving on to judges, who are the judges for the Buildathon? And from your perspective, what kinds of things do you expect them to look for in projects?
Yeah, so we have judges from every sponsor and a bunch of folks from Base and Coinbase. We have the head of product from Base, Tom Vieira. We have a head of our kind of social products at Coinbase, Aniri. We have folks from Fleek, ThirdWeb, Shopify, Zora. Again, every sponsor. And so I'd say incredible set of folks who are going to be looking at all these projects. Really what we want to see is we want to see things that everyday people can use. That's it. Build experiences that people are actually going to love, show how the impact of those experiences is actually starting to be felt in the real world. You have a whole month, which is a lot of time. And so whereas maybe with a traditional hackathon, you might just kind of scrap something out and do a little demo, and that's what you'll be judged on. For the Buildathon, we want to see more. We want to see you build a product. We want to see you go through some of the iteration with it. We want to see you get that in front of real users. We want to see, are you actually driving impact on Base in the broader on-chain economy? And as all the judges are looking at these projects, that's what they're going to be looking at. And so I'd say take the whole month. Don't try and cram it in. Get building and build in an iterative way where you can kind of show progress, you can show impact, and you can kind of show up for these judges in a way that they're going to be really excited about.
And you mentioned one thing that is actually one of the most common questions I hear from the builder community on Base, which is, how does Base think about long-term support? So if someone participates, how are you thinking about, supporting these projects after the Buildathon?
Yeah, the Buildathon is really just the beginning. Again, the reason why we're doing the Buildathon is to make it so we can have all these incredible projects that people are going to actually use during Onchain Summer and beyond. And so we're going to be supporting folks who go through the Buildathon. We're going to have grants that will kind of provide additional funding to folks who are making an impact. We're actually going to be featuring the top 3 projects from the Buildathon with a ton of distribution in kind of the mainstream Onchain Summer lineup, which I'm super, super excited about. And then we're also going to be making sure that folks are actually getting the community support that they need and the hands-on support from shaping their ideas so they can go from a 1-month exploration to a full product that can find product market fit and reach massive scale. And so I would really think about the Buildathon as just the beginning. This can be the beginning of your on-chain builder journey. And then we're going to support you all the way through to making a product that hopefully can impact millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions or even billions of people.
I totally agree. There's a lot of expertise with the judges, the Base team, the sponsors, and everyone in the community. And I fully expect to see lots of hands-on support. And Jesse, just one last question for you before we hop off, but I really wanted to touch on the global aspect of this Buildathon. It is global, so anyone can participate, right? How are you imagining that people in different countries participate, knowing that there might be time zone discrepancies, different languages that people speak?
Yeah. So this is one of the things that I love about cryptos. It's fully global. And just like crypto is fully global, the Buildathon is fully global. So regardless of where you are in the world, we want you to participate in the Buildathon. And we want to support you participating in the Buildathon and support you bringing your local community to participate in the Buildathon. So if you're thinking about participating, we'd really encourage you to form teams in a time zone that is kind of collaborative. Like it's gonna be really hard to form a team where one person is on one side of the world and one person on the other side of the world. So I think optimize for that, optimize for having a lot of kind of good overlap there. And then if you're forming a team locally or you're thinking about building with other folks locally, we actually love that. And we'd love to see you meet in person and we'd love to see you bring builders together in person. And so we actually have funding that we can give you to get pizza, to host a meetup, to host a day-long hackathon, to host multiple day-long hackathons. And so if you check out the blog post, you can apply for a grant to run a hackathon or to run a meetup during Onchain Summer and actually bring builders together. Our hope is that we see hundreds or thousands of these events all around the world during Onchain Summer, during the Buildathon, because we think that bringing people together in real life is going to create incredible creativity, is going to enable y'all to build this next wave of consumer experiences.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, by the way, of seeing people meet up all over the world and love that the community grants support that. And well, Jesse, it's been so great catching up with you live, with everyone watching. And I'm personally very, very excited to build. I'm a bit of a builder myself, as you know, so I'll be.
Sarah's an OG builder. If you don't know, Sarah built on-chain hats, which is like legendary hats that you could buy that say on-chain on them. And this is one of the things that we kind of say a lot in the base team, which is everyone's a builder. You don't have to be a developer. You can be anything. You can be a creative. You can be someone who loves posting on social media. You can be someone who loves bringing your community together. You are a builder. Everyone on chain is a builder. And so the Buildathon starts at the beginning of June. It runs all month, 200 ETH in prizes, 8 tracks with incredible sponsors, a community bounty board that anyone can add to and anyone can pull from. And what we think is going to be an incredible amount of on-chain creativity that's coming out of it. So as a final call to action, let's build. The time is now. The future is ours. And we're excited to see what you build this summer. Thanks, everyone.